Hello, hello! My name is Callista and welcome back to Pentiment. In the last episode, we inadvertently asked Father Gano for permission to dig up Brother Gerhard's body. I assumed that the game would let me back out of asking that, but no, I ended up being forced to ask. He, of course, denied our request, because why would he agree to it? We have thoroughly offended this man. He was never going to agree to letting us dig up Gerhard's body, which means if we want to pursue that line of questioning, we are gonna have to do a little bit of grave digging ourselves. Now, it's time to explore the town, see if anyone has any gossip. So again, I am going to cut through this, see if anyone has anything to say. Oh! Brigitte! Eek! It's just Andreas. Okay. Hi. Hi, Andreas. Veronica, no. He can see us. What's this? A couple of nymphs bathing in a mountain stream. Afternoon, girls. Sorry for intruding. I'll leave. This seems... How old are these ladies? Because if they're children, absolutely not this. Absolutely not. I can't tell if they're teenagers, so we're gonna, afternoon, girls. Are you here for a swim too? We don't do much swimming in Nuremberg. In fact, I never learned how. I don't think Franz or Johann would appreciate me joining you. Okay, so Andreas doesn't know how to swim. Okay. I'll have to remember that. These could either be their husbands or fathers or brothers. Again, I don't know how old these ladies are. We'll go with this. I don't think Franz or Johann would appreciate me joining you. Probably not. Oh my god, don't invite him in. Don't worry, Brigitte. He won't do anything weird. Oh, wait, was Brigitte... Was Brigitte Lucky's daughter? I've heard the name Brigitte before, I swear down. But then isn't Brigitte married to Martin? I don't know who these ladies are, I don't know. Don't worry, Brigitte, he won't do anything weird. You won't do anything weird, right? That depends, can I join you? No, this lady is clearly uncomfortable. She is clearly very, very uncomfortable. I don't think that Andreas would be pushing this. I was out for a walk. I didn't even know you two were here. Sorry for intruding, I'll leave. I was out for a walk. I didn't even know you two were here. Well, we are. And you shouldn't be. We should be getting back for dinner, actually. Mom will be wondering where I am. I don't... teenage vibes. Teenage vibes. No, thank you. I'm not getting out with him here. Oh, I see your dilemma. I'll go. It's fine. No, it's not, because I think you might be a teen. Admittedly, in this time period, I'm sure that people got married much, much younger, but my modern sensibilities are like, it's a teenager, go, run. It's fine. It's not. France is going to be so mad. Have a good dinner, Andreas. Okay, we're just gonna go. Hello? And this is why I explore. This is why. Hi. Paul was, the miller's wife's little boy. I remember that. I remember him. I think. Yeah, this is Berthold. He's the Drucker's son. This is the baker's daughter. I can't remember her name. And I want to say this is the miller's wife's little boy. She's recently had a loss, but oh, you know, her son Paul really loves her. And I was like, oh, that's a baby. Like, he can't be taking care of his man. He's a baby. Hi. Hey, my memory is sound. Paul, right? You're the miller's boy. What are you kids doing down here? Anna, okay. Flogs. What was that? Frogs. Frogs. There we go. We're not really looking for frogs. I am. Me too. It appears you're outnumbered. Why don't you tell me what you're really up to? Do your parents know you're down here? I mean, Paul's clearly here for a reason. And he's not saying what it is. I'm intrigued. Why don't you tell me what you're really up to? I don't want to get in trouble. We're in trouble? Not yet. Right? That depends. I'm not your father or your father. I can't tell you what to do. Oh. So I would assume this is like, I'm not your dad and I'm not God. I would assume. I assume that's what he's saying. I mean, I think it depends. What do you, like, if you're doing something unsafe, that depends. It sounds like you know you're not supposed to be down here. This is a dangerous place to play, especially for little Anna. Why is it dangerous for her? Are you saying this because she's a girl? Or because she's sickly? Like, why is it especially unsafe for Anna? And not the other two? They're equally as small. It sounds like you know you're not supposed to be down here. We're not doing anything bad. We're throwing rocks. Bert! Rocks down the hole. You're throwing rocks in the old mine? Maybe. It's just they fall for a long way, and if you lie on the edge, you can hear them go plink way down below. I've thrown 100 rocks. It's really not that many. But it's not that many. What do you think's at the bottom? Rocks! Anna's a genius. Aside from the rocks. Salt? Dad says the dead guys ate it. He means the Romans. They built the salt mine. The aqueduct too. The aqueduct, the Imperial Road, and many other things besides. It seems this town is riddled with Roman building projects. Tell him about the treasure. Oh, hello. Oh, right. There's something shiny at the bottom. It's what we want to hit with the rocks. It could be old Roman coins. What do you suppose it could be? Ooh, it could be old Roman coins. Oh, I hoped it might be groschen. Or golden. The treasure. We should get it. No, you can't be going down into the mines. You're children. I don't think that's a good idea. It's a long way down. You could be hurt. So, I'm gonna live forever. Dad says that's blasphemy. Are you gonna tell Andreas? No, the treasure will be our secret. I should let your mothers know you play here. What you get up to is no business of mine. Oh. Oh, not this one. Not this one. They're little kids. They're little kids. On one hand, I'm like, surely them being down here is no danger. However, it's the mine. It's a big asshole. It's a big asshole. That is dangerous. And they're outright going near the edge. They're throwing rocks down. If one of them gets a little overexcited, you know, winds up, throws it, whoa, they go tumbling over. They're dead. Oh. I'm drawn to this because I've got to admit, I'm a little paranoid about safety. I'm more than a little paranoid about safety. Them being in this area with the mine. If the mine was covered up, then I'd say, you know what, I think them being down here, as long as they're careful, you know, as long as they don't go near any of the equipment, is fine. You know, if the mine was covered up, but it's not. It's open. They're actively playing with it. That is dangerous. We should tell their mams. But this is Andreas. I've said before, I think Andreas is a bit of a Jack the Lad. I don't necessarily think that Andreas would see anything wrong. Like, oh, they've got this little treasure and it's, you know, it's their little secret. Like, I think he'd think this was cute. I think he'd be more inclined to be like, oh, this is just some sweet little children's game. I'm like, cover up the mine, please, at the very least. That would at least make it somewhat more safe. Just like, cover this up, please. But I don't think... I think Andreas would be more inclined to, you know, have a bit of a joke and be like, oh, you know, these adorable little kids. Oh, isn't this sweet and cute? I think he'd be like, oh, it'll be our little secret. It'll be our little secret, kids. No, the treasure will be our secret. Yes! Thank you, Master Mailer. Until later. Bye! Oh, God. I mean, to be fair, there isn't much mining equipment. One of them could get stuck in one of these cauldrons, and then they'd have to go and run for help. But I think this should be covered. This should be covered and nailed down. Not just, like, putting something over it. It should be nailed down so that the kids can't fall. But again, that's my concern, not necessarily Andreas's. Hello. Yeah, so this is Else. This is the miller's wife. Hello there. Good morning. Forgive me, I've forgotten your name. Andreas Mailer, Master Artist. I mean, we know that this woman has just suffered a loss. We know that from Lucky's wife. I can't remember her name, I'm afraid, but I know that she's the midwife. I feel guilty going for this. I feel very guilty. But this is Andreas. She is a very pretty young lady. She is very pretty, but she also looks quite sad around the eyes. Part of me wants to go for this because I think it's what Andreas would do, but I'm also like, she's just recently suffered a loss. This makes me feel dirty. I feel bad going for this, because she's living such a hard life. Oh, play the character, play the character. I'm wounded. Call me Andreas. I hope I may call you Else. You are the miller's wife, yes? Oh. This is a little presumptuous. This is a little presumptuous. Maybe he didn't realise, he was just like, oh, an attractive lady, oh, I'm wounded, call me Andreas. And then he's actually looking at her and he's thinking, oh shit, is this the lady who's just had a loss? Is this the lady? Oh shit. That's my headcanon. That's my headcanon. He was blinded by her beauty. And he was like, he had a bit of a flirt, and then he was like, wait, I'm actually having a look at this lady. Oh shit, is this the woman who's just suffered a miscarriage? Oh, damn. You are the miller's wife, yes? Yes, that's me. I heard Clara and Neva had an artist boarding with them. That must be very exciting. They've treated me very well. They seem to enjoy having someone new in the home. Smirk, for them or for me. We're talking about Clara and Neva. We should have some respect. We should have some respect for those two. They've treated me very well. Perhaps Eva more than Clara. Are you talking about... She's getting on the flirt wagon. Like, oh my god. Else? Oh, I only meant living on a farm among the townspeople. Isn't it very lively? Only when Peter starts raving about the miller's toll. Only when ill Peter wakes in the night and can't find the chamber pot. So far it seems a life like most others. Let's not slag off her husband. This seems disrespectful considering she is the miller's wife. This seems disrespectful to ill Peter. Like, why are we throwing him under the bus like this? Oh, why, yeah, the poor man can't find the chamber pot. Like, why do that? So far it seems a life like most others. Oh, but have you not travelled much? Artists go on a wanderjahr, yes? There must be many differences in the way people live. The people in Florence were very cultured for certain. It has such history. My, so much out there. But I have to take care of my darling Paul. He's so shy. I pray the Lord may someday bless us with a daughter. Else! Have you finished with your gabble? There's work that needs doing. Oh no. I'm sorry, I have to get to my labours. Of course, I apologise if I've bothered you. Until later, Mistress Mullerin. Until then. Oh. Again, I'm just... knowing that this woman has recently suffered a loss and her husband's like, oi, stop talking, get to work. I'm like, sir. So, I understand that, this is ye olden times. Things were different. You were kind of expected, like, oh, you've had a miscarriage, get back to work. Like, I get that, but, like, you're her husband. You're not her employer. You're her husband. Surely you would have a little bit of sympathy for her. Oh. Yes, Staub has sympathy. Staub has sympathy for his mistress. Because he's a good boy. And yes, I see you there. Hello. Morning. You're the Gertner's boarder, aren't you? How could you tell? He has the same background as us! Oh this is the first time we've seen that. Oh, no, he's picking up on our background. I think that's what's going on. It's not that he has the same background, it's that he's picking up on, like, oh, you have this background, you have the womanizer background. You look like a man who understands the power of appearances. Quite unlike the Gertners, you will not slag off the Gertners. They're farmers. You expect them to act like kings? They're rustic folk to be sure. No, we are going to defend them. They have been good to us. Clara has given us cheese. I will defend Clara with my life. I love cheese. What can I say? They're farmers. You can't expect them to act like kings. A little dignity wouldn't hurt them. They have plenty of dignity. How dare you slag them off? A little dignity wouldn't hurt them. They bleat like sheep when times get hard. Only Eva's got a backbone. How is she, by the way? She is courting someone else. You will not. We avert our gaze from Eva. We do not flirt with Eva because we have respect for Otto and for her mam and dad. Like, you will not. Sir. This is my first conversation with this man, and I'm like, I don't like you. And thus, I move my attention away from pissing off Father Gano and move it to pissing off Lendart. Sir. How is she, by the way? What does she matter to you? She's fine. Why? I think... This man is looking to have an affair. I feel it in my bones. He is looking to have an affair. I would assume... Oh, God. I don't know how... I'm trying to think how divorces would work. I believe you could petition the Catholic Church for a divorce, but you would have to back it up with, like, religious doctrine. That's what I'm thinking back to Henry VIII. I'm trying to think, it doesn't help, I can't remember what year this takes place. I can never remember the year this takes place. I'm like, has Henry VIII's marriage and subsequent divorce from Catherine of Aragon happened yet? Because he attempted to get the Pope's permission for a divorce or an annulment, whatever you want to call it, and he argued that in the Bible, in Leviticus, I couldn't specify which segment, but it says is that, like, if you lie with your brother's wife, you're basically lying with your sister, and thus your relationship shall be fruitless. So, you know, if you lie with your brother's wife, then you won't have any kids. You know, it's specifically under, like, oh, your sister-in-law, she's married your husband, she's married your brother, therefore she is now your sister. If he dies, you shouldn't be marrying her, because that's basically incest. So that's what the whole Leviticus thing is effectively saying. You know, don't marry your deceased brother's wife. And so he argued, like, you know, in the Bible, like, I effectively married my sister, that's why we don't have any kids, that's why she's kept having miscarriages, and Catherine of Aragon basically argued, Mary? Our daughter? What do you mean we haven't had any kids? She's right here, sir. She's right here. And I believe she gave a very good speech to the Pope's man. The Pope sent someone to, you know, kind of listen to what everyone had to say. You know, Henry argued the whole, like, oh, sister-in-law, therefore sister, therefore childless. Leviticus, blah, blah, blah. And Catherine of Aragon basically made the point of, like, I have been loyal, I have been a good wife, he is my one true husband, Arthur, that is Henry's older brother, you know, Arthur died before we could consummate the marriage, therefore, he was never my true husband. In the eyes of God, he was never my true husband. Henry is the only man I've ever slept with. He is my one true husband. I have been a good wife. We have a kid. So the whole Leviticus thing is nonsense. I will always and forever be his true queen. Like, she gave a very impassioned speech. It was very moving, and thus the Pope's man said, yeah, no, we're not going to grant you this divorce. I'm trying to think how divorces would work for the common man. Because obviously, you know, Henry VIII, he was a king. He was a king. How would divorces work for the common people in this time period? I mean, they've had a son. I presume they want more. She's having miscarriage after miscarriage. I can see Lendhart going, right, I'll find a younger model. Toss this one in the bin, find someone else. And I'm like, sir, no, she's courting Otto. She's courting Otto, don't be doing that. Oh. I want an option, just turn and walk away. Like, that's what I want in this. That's what I want. She's fine. Why? I'm only curious. She used to bring their barley to me, but Peter insists on delivering it now. Yeah, because Peter knows. Peter knows you're a fucking weirdo. A shame. She'd shown certain curiosity about the mill. I'd hoped to foster that. Oh, no, you'd hope to bend her over one of these bags. I know you, sir. It's a handsome mill. Is there something special about it? I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Is there something special about it? She's the only windmill in Bavaria, did you know? Constructed in exacting detail from Dutch specifications. The gem of the Alps, and none of the incurious dolts here can appreciate it. Yes, I'm sure it's the peasants who are the problem. I suspect they have more urgent matters on their minds. Yeah, they're struggling to afford rent. I suspect they have more urgent matters on their minds. I should be going. Until later. Until then, Mailer. We need to keep Eva away from this man. He's a weirdo. I don't like him. I don't trust him. Ooh, hello. More new people. Andreas Mailer. What brings you all the way out here? Yes, I was gonna say, is this... Because I could see her bump. I could see her little belly there, and I was like, is this... I couldn't recognise him, but yes, this is the guy. He's been praying at the shrines for a safe delivery for her. Just thought I'd stop by. I saw Agnes, and she said she's been tending to you. How are you doing? I saw Carl up at the shrine to St. Moritz. Yeah, I think I'd like to ask her how she's doing. I saw Agnes, and she said she's been tending to you. How are you doing? I'm all right, thank you. It's hard not to be fearful, given how things went last time. I'm sorry. God will protect you and your child. How did things go exactly? Rude! Rude! I mean, well, she clearly lost the baby. Potentially she lost a lot of blood. You know, maybe she almost lost her own life. We don't need specifics. Like, we don't need that. I feel uncomfortable saying this because I can't guarantee that God will protect her and the child. Here's the thing, if someone said this to me, that would be meaningless because I am an atheist. I don't believe in God. I wouldn't be offended. I wouldn't be, oh, why are you bringing your make-believe man into my life? Like, no. Like, it has meaning to them, that's very nice, but it would make me a little bit uncomfortable. We know that her husband is God-fearing. We know that he's all about that. I can't guarantee that she and the child are going to be safe. I can't guarantee that. I don't feel right saying this. I'm sorry. Thank you. It's just how life goes sometimes. I'll say a prayer for your family, Helena. Well, I'll leave you to your work. Say nothing. I mean, I've said before, I think Andreas is religious. I think he is religious in his own way. You know, he doesn't necessarily want to be told how to live his life, but he'll respect God in his own little way. So I'm going to assume she is probably God-fearing like her husband. I'll say a prayer for your family, Helena. God bless you, Andreas. And Carl? Hello, Andreas. Hello, Carl. Oh. Hello there. Hello, Master Mailer. I'm sorry to cause you trouble, but... Have you seen Martin recently? Yeah, I believe this is Martin's mother. Okay. He wasn't feeling well, so I let him sleep until prime. But when I came to check on him, he was gone. I saw him Thursday morning. I'm sorry, Kat, I haven't seen him. I did see Martin running through the meadow, but this is a delicate situation and I'm not sure how I should handle it. I didn't get a chance to speak with him and I don't know what he was up to. The boy is clearly troubled. The people in town do not think well of him. I mean, he was stealing. He was stealing from the Baron. I don't think he had anything to do with the Baron's death, unfortunately, but I do think he probably stole from him. The boy is clearly troubled. The people in town do not think well of him. He may very well have been involved in Lorenz's murder, not likely. But if I tell Kat I saw him fleeing the Abbey, she might think her son killed Lorenz. She might think I think her son killed Lorenz. I think she'd probably be more likely to side with her kid. I think, I've said this before, mothers and their sons. Mothers and their sons. Especially if she only sees the good in him. If he can do no wrong in her eyes. She might think I think her son killed Lorenz. That could cause her undue stress. I don't want to get embroiled in their problems. That could cause her undue stress. It probably wasn't even Martin who did it. Even if it was Martin who killed Lorenz, I don't know where he's gone now. Anyway, it probably wasn't even Martin who did it. He doesn't strike me as the murdering type. Still, Kat deserves my honesty. Damn it, I wish I'd never seen him. She's gonna worry either way. A lie will cause her to worry because where the hell is her son? And the truth will cause her to worry because, oh God, what if he was involved in the murder? She's gonna worry either way. Still, Kat deserves my honesty. I saw him Thursday morning. He ran through the meadow while I was on my way to the Abbey at Prime. But he said he was sick. And what was he doing in the meadow? He hardly ever goes out there. It always makes him sneeze. He seemed to be running from the Abbey. I don't know, I'm sorry. He seemed to be running from the Abbey. Why do you ask? He has a history of making poor decisions. Like stealing. Baron Rothvogel's manservant believes Martin may have stolen some of the Lord's rings. Lord have mercy. That must be where he's gone. To sell them. Oh, Martin, how could you? Okay, so she knows that her son is a rumman. She knows that her son is a bit rum. But still, she loves him. She loves him because he's her kid. And it breaks her heart, but... Oh. Oh, Martin, how could you? Do you know where he's likely to have gone? Is it possible he could have killed him? No, he didn't do it. I know Martin didn't do it. That would have been too easy. That would have been too convenient. Do you know where he's likely to have gone? The last time he ran off, it was to Innsbruck. But I don't know, he could be anywhere. What if he's attacked on the road? I'm sure he'll be alright, Cat. Say nothing. I'm sure he'll be alright, Cat. I pray to God that you are right. I'm sorry, this is not your trouble. Thank you for speaking to me. Was there something else? Anytime, Cat. Nod regretfully. Was there something else? I don't want to impose, but if it wouldn't be too much trouble, please let me know if you see Martin. I'm so worried for him. Of course, Cat. I'll try. No, of course, Cat. Thank you, Master Mailer. Be well. Oh, I meant to ask. There goes my timer. There goes that. Oh, I meant to ask. Would you care to join us for a meal? Perhaps another time, Cat. Of course. Take care, Andreas. This lady seems so nice. She seems so pleasant, and my first thought was like, how has she raised a son like Martin? And then I remembered her husband. This man seems like a right arsehole. Mailer, you should come to dinner at my table. Perhaps another time, France. Fine. Yeah, I think Brigitte must be Martin's husband. Martin must be her husband. There we go. Why would her father-in-law give a shit that she's swimming? This man seems controlling. This man seems like a controlling asshat. Now, my timer did go off. I've been timing all of the sections where I've had conversations with people. However, I think I'm going to go around the entire town. That way, at the start of next episode, we can jump straight into dinner with someone. Andreas! It's good to see you socialising outside that boring little abbey. Kearsau is quite unusual, actually. Hetty, hello. You bow as weather the storm all right? Morning, Hetty. You look busy. Yeah, how did you fare with the storm? Hetty, hello. You bow as weather the storm all right? Couple leaks in the roof and a busted shutter to mend, but we've seen worse. No alpine squalls going to keep the bowers down. Couldn't have been timed worse, though, just when we were getting ready to have the girls over. Girls? Oh, the Gertnerin girls, Clara and Eva. Surely you've noticed the sheep are getting near to lambing. Maybe not, city boy like you. We sheared them all, and now we got a mountain of wool to spin before the babes come. Jesus give me strength, as if there's not enough work to do already. At least you've got Clara and Eva to lend a hand. Oh, fat lot of help they are. Mostly they just sit around and gossip. Oh... You all must know just about everything that happens in Tassing. Is Clara a gossip? She's friendly, but she seems rather circumspect. Yeah, oh. You all must know just about everything that happens in Tassing. You bet your little ass I do. People just seem compelled to come to me with their troubles. Must be that famed listening ear of mine. You want to know what's really going on in Tassing, Master Mailer? Stop by the spinning bee. Socialise. A handsome young thing like you shouldn't be wasting his best years on books and paints when there's pretty girls to court. I'd like to come by. I'll consider it, but I'm not making any promises. Oh, This would be an excellent... I was saying before, we need local gossip. That is what is going to solve this. We need local gossip. But there are other avenues to go down. I'll consider it, but I'm not making any promises. No. I'm not taking no for an answer from you. The girls would be glad to see you, and Otto might even show up. You're friendly with him, aren't you? Come by my home in the morning or afternoon. We'll be there. All right. Say nothing. Yeah, I'm just going to say nothing. You'll have fun, I promise. A little socialising with real people will be good for you. All right, I should get back to it. You stay out of trouble. Wink, not if I can help it. Be well, Hetty. See you later. Not if I can help it. Oh, that reminds me. Care to join us for a meal? Maybe another time. If you say so. Okay. Ooh. Hey, Andreas. How's it going, Hans? Keeping busy in the fields? I guess. Do you like it? What? Farming? I never really thought about it. Dad says it has to get done whether I like it or not. What do you think about them? Uncle Franz said Brigitte might come help with the laundry today. She's Martin's wife, right? She seems nice. She is. Nicer than Veronica, anyway. How is... Okay, so Brigitte is Martin's wife. She's Franz's daughter-in-law. And again, she was concerned about him having something to say about her swimming naked. Controlling arsehole. I would have... He called him Uncle Franz, so I would assume Franz is either his dad or his mum's brother. So I would assume Veronica is maybe his sister? Okay. She is. Nicer than Veronica, anyway. I wish Brigitte lived here instead of her. Well, you have a good time thinking about your cousin's wife. Say no. Damn. Well, you have a good time thinking about your cousin's wife. What? Until later, Hans. Bye. Yeah, let's leave Hans be. Let's leave him be. Hello? Who are you? Are you Joseph? That's right. Well, Seth. Seth Hubner. Oh, then Seth it is. That makes it easier. My father's name is Joseph. I don't think he's gonna care. Oh, then Seth it is. You the artist staying with the Gertners? Yes, Andreas Mailer. I work in the Abbey Scriptorium during the day. I'm only here for a few months, then I'm heading back to Nuremberg. I'm only here for a few months, then I'm heading back to Nuremberg. Oh, the big city. Impressive. I've been to the Kempton Market a few times. Nice place. Never got any farther than that, though. Anyway, I live out past the mill. Farm the land there with my family. I came into town to talk to Andreas about some nails. Just waiting for him to finish up. Do you take beer everywhere you go? Well, I'll leave you to it. This is... I'm like, this sounds rude. This sounds rude. Well, I'll leave you to it. Thanks. Nice meeting you, Andreas. Likewise. Until later, Seth. Okay. Okay, sir. Oh. Well, hello there. Hello, you're the, artist from Nuremberg? Andreas Mailer, journeyman artist at your service. Ah, you've heard of me already, Dr. Stoltz. Andreas Mailer, journeyman artist at your service. Ah, that was it, Mailer. Someone mentioned you dabbled at university for a year or two. Funny. You're staying with the Gertners, yes? The Abbey does have a guest house, you know. The Gurtners are good and gracious people. I'd rather stay in town. The Abbey is too rigid for my taste. The Gurtners are good and gracious people. For farmers, again, it feels so strange giving Werner this accent. I don't care. He is among the townspeople. He will have their accent. Sir, again, don't slag off the Gurtners. They are my favourites. For farmers, Tassing is full of miserable people like them. What are you doing here, then? Everyone's been kind enough to me. What's your problem with the farmers? They seem to be a hard-working and honest people to me. Yeah, they seem to be a hard-working and honest people to me. They might smile to your face, but they won't hesitate to speak ill of you behind your back. They expect me to perform miracles, but I'm not a saint. The rest of the townsfolk, well, there can't be more than a handful of them who know how to spell their own names. Father Gano is too soft with them, but I suppose he has to keep them placated or risk riots on his land. Fortunately, I do not intend to stay in Tassing long. Where are you planning to go instead? I'm sure the townspeople would be heartbroken to see you go. Where are you planning to go instead? Innsbruck might be worth my time. I recommend you don't linger here either, Mailer. Or you'll soon find yourself trapped in a marriage to a mouse-faced girl with dirt under her nails. A daily risk for you, I'm sure. Alas, there's already a woman waiting for me in Nuremberg. Who said anything about marriage? Well, our family did. Our family has said something about marriage. Alas, there's already a woman waiting for me in Nuremberg. No, I don't need, no, let me back in, there we go. Then what are you darting my doorstep for? You should be sprinting out of these mountains. In any case, I must ask you to go. I have plenty of work to do. Good day. Until later, Dr. Stoltz. It's been a pleasure, I suppose. Until later, Dr. Stoltz. Until then. What a charming man. What a charming man. I'm totally not being sarcastic. Flipping heck. And with that, I do believe... Yeah, I do believe that is everywhere. Okay, so I will bring this episode to a close. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure who I want to have dinner with. I'm not entirely sure, so I'll have a think on that in between episodes. So please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.